Have you ever known exactly what you wanted to say in English, but the moment someone actually spoke to you, your mind went completely blank?
Oh, like an empty room with the lights turned off.
Yes, exactly. Just an empty room, only for the perfect sentence to arrive like 5 minutes later when the person is already gone.
Right. It is arguably the most universally frustrating experience, in the entire journey of language learning.
It really is. Your brain just suddenly decides to become a linguistic genius when you're completely alone, walking away from the interaction.
Muttering to yourself in the parking lot.
Exactly. But today, we're going to fix that. Today, we are giving you one crucial mindset shift, 5 advanced phrasal verbs, and 6 essential vocabulary words to transform your fluency.
So that's a total of 11 incredibly important points to completely change how you handle real conversations.
But before we break down those total 11 important points, welcome to English Learning Podcast for daily life, real conversation, and easy listening practice. If you'd like to support our work, please don't skip the ads. They help us keep creating high-quality content and bring you even better lessons in the future. You can also join our membership program to get access to exclusive content, special resources, and many more valuable topics. Your support truly makes a difference.
And looking at the incredible community joining us today for this deep dive, I want to clearly define our parameters.
Good idea. Yeah, who is this for?
This deep dive is crafted specifically for our B1 to B2 learners and, for those ambitious A2 learners looking for a challenge.
Oh, absolutely. If you're A2 and want to push yourself, you're in the right place.
Definitely. And if that describes you, I want to establish a core philosophy right up front. Don't worry about understanding every single word.
That's so important.
Let the English come to you. Notice the expressions. We are here to empower you to speak, so trust your abilities.
I love that. Trust your abilities. Because our actual mission for this deep dive today is entirely about pulling English out of the textbook.
Right. Getting away from the perfectly constructed dialogue.
Yeah, and dragging it into the messy, fast-paced, real world. We're talking about navigating small talk, awkward silences, cafe menus, and bad phone signals.
Basically, the stuff that actually happens to you on a random Tuesday.
Exactly. Because there's a massive disconnect between knowing a language in a classroom and using it in real life.
You can have an incredible vocabulary. You can ace a written exam, but a real conversation doesn't wait while you build the perfect sentence.
No, it absolutely does not. Real life just looks at you and says, okay, your turn, go.
And it keeps moving.
Yeah, and if you miss the beat, you're left behind. But, why does that blank mind feeling happen? Is it just a lack of practice?
Well, no, it's actually much deeper than practice. It's a profound neurological response.
Wait, really? Like a physical thing?
Yeah. When you are unexpectedly spoken to in a second language, your brain often perceives it as a high-stakes social threat.
A threat?
Yes. Your amygdala, the part of the brain responsible for the fight or flight response, it activates. It floods your system with cortisol.
So wait, my brain is reacting to a barista asking me about my coffee the exact same way it would react to being chased by a bear.
In a milder form, yes.
That is wild.
And the crucial part is that the cortisol temporarily impairs the prefrontal cortex. That's the area responsible for complex language retrieval.
Oh, so the lights in the room literally get turned off by your own survival instincts.
Exactly. That's why the perfect sentence arrives 5 minutes later. The threat is gone, the cortisol clears, and your language center turns back on.
That is mind-blowing. And honestly, it completely removes the guilt.
It does, right. It's not your fault.
No, my amygdala is just trying to save my life from a terrifying conversation about the weather.
Which actually leads us perfectly into the very first thing that happens in any real-life scenario. Someone says, hello.
Oh, yes. And here is where we hit the classic textbook trap.
The infamous trap.
The dreaded, I am fine, thank you, and you.
Precisely. If I ask a learner, how are you, and they automatically reply with that, I always stop and analyze it.
Because it's technically correct, right?
Grammatically flawless. Subject, verb, adjective. There's nothing wrong with the structure, but real life offers much smoother options.
Yeah, options that signal you are comfortable and we can just talk normally.
Yeah.
Because I am fine, thank you. It almost sounds like a robot reporting for duty.
It's very stiff.
So in real life, native speakers use these tiny, quick phrases like, pretty good, or not much, or good, busy lately.
Right, because small talk isn't actually about exchanging factual information.
Yeah, if a colleague says, how's your week been? They do not want a detailed chronological report of your sleep schedule.
If you gave them a spreadsheet, they would slowly back away in terror.
They really would.
They're just testing the waters, looking for a low-stakes connection point.
Which brings us to a concept I absolutely love. Think of answering small talk as the art of opening a tiny door.
A tiny door. Let's unpack that analogy.
Okay, so imagine every social interaction is a hallway filled with closed doors. Someone says, "How's your week?" And you just say, "Good," with a flat tone.
You are slamming the door in their face.
Exactly. Boom. End of conversation. The hallway is blocked. They have nowhere to go.
Because you haven't given them any conversational material to work with. You answered the question, but you killed the momentum.
But if you say, "Pretty good, I just got back from the gym," you leave that tiny door slightly open.
And the psychology behind this is vital for B2 and C1 learners. You don't need an amazing story.
Right, you don't need to be a comedian.
Tiny answers just give the other person an anchor. You toss them a concept, the gym. Now they can ask, "Oh, what gym do you go to?"
Or they could say, "I've been meaning to get back to the gym myself." You're giving them fuel to keep the fire going.
Exactly, which takes the pressure off both of you.
Yeah, like you could say, "Good, I'm a little tired today." And they ask, "Ooh, long night."
You're adding just one tiny detail.
So we want you to actually move the muscles in your mouth right now and practice this. Let's do a quick interactive role play.
I highly endorse this. Active practice is how we move from passive knowledge to active skill.
Perfect. So let's practice opening the tiny door. I will ask you a question and I will leave a pause. I want you to answer out loud using a short phrase that adds one tiny detail.
Give it a try wherever you are.
Okay, here we go. "Hey, how's your week been?"
Take a pause here and answer out loud.
Now let's try it with a tiny door. "Pretty good. Little tired today."
Take another pause and repeat that phrase out loud. Match the tone.
Awesome. Just feeling the rhythm of those natural phrases starts to rewire your confidence.
And I want to highlight the phrasing you used in one of those earlier examples. I just got back from the gym.
Oh yes, this is our very first advanced phrasal verb of the day. Get back to.
And we are looking at part A of this verb, its literal context.
Right, because saying "I returned from the gym" is grammatically correct, but it sounds so formal.
It sounds like you are a king returning from a crusade.
Exactly. "I got back from" is the natural, everyday standard for returning from a specific location or activity.
It's very B2, C1 nuance. I got back from my vacation. I got back from the grocery store.
It has this wonderful, relaxed feeling. It says, "I was out in the world doing a thing, and now I have completed the return journey."
But of course, opening the tiny door is only step one.
Right, because opening the door is great, but what happens when both people walk through that door, exchange a few sentences, and suddenly the momentum just dies?
Both people run out of things to say.
Yes. The dreaded awkward silence.
Wow.
We are transitioning from starting the conversation to saving it.
And if you are enjoying this real-life English practice, please make sure to like, share, and subscribe right now so you never miss a lesson.
Yes, please do. Because there is a very visceral physical sensation to an awkward silence. Have you ever noticed that when a silence stretches a little too long, you suddenly become deeply fascinated by a plant in the corner of the room?
Or the exact geometric pattern of the tiles on the floor.
Yes. A dusty plastic fern that you have never cared about in your entire life is suddenly the most interesting botanical specimen on planet Earth.
Well, this is a documented psychological phenomenon. The human brain seeks a visual distraction to avoid the profound social discomfort of maintaining eye contact.
It's just trying to escape the pressure.
Right. Maintaining eye contact requires a massive amount of processing. Looking at a static object, like a plant, frees up your mental RAM so you can think of a word.
That makes so much sense. It's the same visceral panic as, well, doing the awkward wave. Have you ever done that?
Oh, I feel like I know where this is going, but please, share.
Okay, picture this. You're walking down a busy street. You see someone walking toward you, smiling brightly, making direct eye contact, and they raise their hand to wave.
A standard greeting.
Right. So your brain says, "Oh, I know them." You smile back, raise your hand, give a big enthusiastic wave. And right as your hand is at the peak of the wave, you realize they were waving at the person directly behind you.
Oh no, a classic social nightmare. What did you do?
Well, I couldn't just drop my hand. That's admitting defeat. I smoothly transitioned the wave into intensely touching my hair.
Ah, the classic hair adjustment.
Just aggressively adjusting my non-existent bangs, as if that was my grand plan all along.
And I'm sure it looked completely natural to everyone involved.
Oh, completely. But that hot, uncomfortable panic flooding your chest is exactly what an awkward silence feels like in a second language.
But the good news is you don't need to rescue the whole evening with a brilliant monologue.
Thank goodness. So how do we fix it?
You just ask a simple question. Any plans for the weekend? Or have you been busy lately?
It just shifts the focus back to them.
Exactly. And I want to remind the listener, real conversation is messy. People pause. It's okay.
That is such a relief. But what if silence isn't the issue? What if the other person won't stop talking, they're speaking at the speed of light, and you have absolutely no idea what they are saying?
Ah, yes. Now we must analyze the danger of the nod.
The nod. We have all done this. The other person is talking rapidly, and you are just standing there going, yeah, right, wow.
You are pretending to understand while internally panicking.
Pure chaos in your brain. You're thinking, what are we talking about? Did they just ask me a question? Am I supposed to be laughing?
Learners rely on the nod because they fear that asking for clarification will expose their lack of fluency.
But it is a massive gamble. I learned this the hard way in a professional meeting.
Oh dear, what happened?
A senior manager was explaining a highly complex new workflow process to me, and I lost the thread of what he was saying at minute 2.
Minute 2. And how long did he speak?
10 minutes. A solid 10 minutes of corporate jargon.
So you sat there for 8 minutes performing the nod.
8 excruciating minutes. Excellent posture. Serious eye contact. Saying, thoughtfully. And then he finished, looked directly at me and said, so, what do you think we should do?
The ultimate disaster.
Total disaster. I couldn't even say, could you repeat that? Because I needed him to repeat the last 8 minutes.
Exactly. Asking for clarification early is always better than faking comprehension.
So how do we say it better? Because asking, what did you say, can sound a bit aggressive.
It can. For a B2 C1 upgrade, instead, what did you say? Sorry, I didn't catch that.
Sorry, I didn't catch that. It's so smooth.
It depersonalizes the breakdown, like missing a tossed ball. And instead of saying, I don't understand the idea, use, I'm not sure I follow.
I'm not sure I follow. It shows you're engaged, just slightly lost on the path.
And you can ask them to clarify ambiguous words. Instead of asking what time, say, could you clarify what you mean by later?
Because later could mean tonight, tomorrow, or next year.
Exactly. You take control of the communication.
Okay, so we survived the meeting, we walk back to our desk, and suddenly 3 people need something from us, and we need coffee.
A standard, overwhelming Tuesday.
And a colleague walks up and says the most terrifying words, quick question.
It is never a quick question.
Never. It's a 45-minute problem disguised as a favor. But you can't just say, I am busy, go away.
Which brings us to our second phrasal verb, tie up, specifically in its passive or adjective usage.
I'm a little tied up right now.
Literally, it involves ropes. But figuratively, to be tied up means you are so deeply occupied with a task that you cannot get away.
It's such a strategic phrase. It softens the rejection. It says, I would love to help, but these invisible corporate ropes are holding me down.
It removes the personal friction perfectly.
But what if they do ask their quick question, and you just don't know the answer right then?
Then we use phrasal verb number 3, get back to. This is part B, the professional context.
So can I get back to you on that?
Yes. It means I need time to check the answer, and I will contact you later. It prevents you from doing something very dangerous, inventing an answer.
Never invent the answer. Just say, let me look into that, and I'll get back to you by 3 p.m. It makes you look so competent.
Indeed. And having survived the office, you finally escape to the local cafe.
Yes, the sanctuary. You wait in line, you know exactly what you want. Medium iced latte with oat milk.
A solid plan.
You've rehearsed it. But then the barista says, what can I get for you? And your mind goes totally blank. The menu blurs. You stare at it for 5 minutes.
This is the disappearing menu phenomenon. It happens to native speakers too. The pressure of the queue spikes your cortisol.
It's terrifying. But we have rescue phrases for this, right?
Yes, simple ways to buy time. Just say, give me a moment, or I'm still deciding.
It takes the pressure off instantly. And when you do decide, we have phrasal verb number 4, go with.
A very deep B2 C1 explanation here. To go with means to choose or select something.
I'll go with the chicken sandwich, or I'll go with your recommendation.
It sounds much more relaxed than saying, I select the chicken sandwich. Go with implies a cooperative flow, a native-sounding phrasing.
It really reduces the friction of decision-making.
Yeah.
Okay, so we survive the cafe, we finish work, pack up, and our phone buzzes.
Ah, digital communication.
A friend texts, hey, we're going to that new loud restaurant, you should come.
And you are already emotionally committed to your sofa.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But texting, I cannot come, is too harsh. It ruins friendships.
This requires the soft no and phrasal verb number 5, make it.
I can't make it. Let's explore the B2, C1 usage here, because usually make means to build something.
Right, but in this social context, to make it means to successfully attend an event. Say, that sounds fun, but I don't think I can make it.
It's so gentle. It implies you want to be there, but the logistics of the universe are physically preventing you.
It places the blame on external circumstances.
But I have to push back a little here. What if I say, maybe another time, every single week? In some cultures, that indirectness is deeply rude. Shouldn't I just say, I don't like loud restaurants?
That's a brilliant point about cross-cultural pragmatics. English often operates on protecting someone's desire to be liked.
So the soft no protects their feelings.
Exactly. But eventually, if you never initiate an alternative plan, they will realize you just don't want to hang out. So a better soft no is, I can't make it tonight, but I'd love to grab a quiet coffee this weekend.
You soften the rejection of the event, but reaffirm the relationship. Perfect.
Tone and context are everything.
Which brings us to hanging out. You actually go to the dinner, and someone asks for your opinion on a serious topic.
Navigating tone and debate. This is about understanding what is appropriate versus what is correct.
Yeah, because a sentence can be grammatically perfect, but a terrible choice. Like sending a message to your manager saying, yo, boss, what's up?
Grammatically fine, but professionally a great way to lose your job. Not appropriate.
But conversely, if a friend says, I had a horrible day, responding with formal English like, I acknowledge your difficulties is so weird and cold.
It completely mismatches the emotional tone to say, oh no, what happened?
But what about when someone asks for your opinion with zero preparation time? Like, do you think AI will destroy creative industries?
It feels like an ambush. But the ultimate safety phrase is simply, it depends.
It depends. Is working from home better? It depends.
It buys you time to think and forces them to narrow down their broad question.
But eventually you might have to disagree. And instead of saying, I disagree, which sounds aggressive, we use gentle disagreements.
But we use phrases like, that's a fair point, or I see what you mean, but I look at it differently.
Let's test this with a highly divisive topic. Does pineapple belong on pizza?
The eternal battlefield.
Now, listener, we are taking NO sides today. We are completely impartial. This is a great topic to practice on.
Right. If someone argues passionately for pineapple, you don't scream at them. You say, that's a fair point about the sweet and salty, but I look at it differently. I prefer savory toppings.
Or, to avoid the debate entirely, just use curiosity. Really, what makes you say that?
Curiosity keeps the conversation alive and takes the pressure off you entirely.
Exactly. Okay, so face-to-face is one thing. But what happens when we lose visual clues? We transition to the unique challenges of phone calls and texts.
Right, the loss of paralinguistic cues creates a massive cognitive load.
Phone calls are so stressful. You can't read facial expressions. You should always start by asking, is now a good time?
Absolutely. And we need to review a vital phrasal verb here, breaking up.
Yes. If the audio cuts in and out, you say, you're breaking up, not your voice is broken.
It refers to the degradation of the signal.
And when you lose the signal completely, well, I have a story. I was driving in an underground parking garage, lost signal, and dropped a client call.
A delicate situation.
I called back and they asked, did you hang up on me? And I panicked and literally translated my action. I said, no, I went underground.
Oh my word, you made it sound incredibly mysterious, like you were retreating to a secret bunker.
Like I was a spy. The client was so confused. What should I have said?
Just blame the technology. Sorry, we got disconnected, or I lost signal.
So much safer. Now, what about texting? The tone there is fraught with anxiety.
We must warn listeners about the danger of the one-word text, okay, with a period.
Oh, the dreaded, okay.
If someone sends a long paragraph and you reply, okay, their brain interprets that as cold, serious, or angry.
The period acts like aggression. The solution is to add warmth. Okay, sounds good. Or, yep, that works for me.
Emotional padding is crucial in digital syntax.
Speaking of digital disasters, let me share the ultimate real-life English misunderstanding. I was meeting a friend at a restaurant. We agreed on the name, drove separately, and I texted, I'm here.
And she was not there.
She texted, me too. We argued over the phone for 5 minutes about what the walls looked like. I was looking at a window. She was looking at a green wall.
Because there were two locations of the same restaurant.
Yes. We were at completely different locations on opposite sides of the city.
Right.
The lesson is, neither of us clarified the address.
Exactly. A total failure to clarify. But how did you fix it gently?
I used the phrases you taught me. Sorry, that was my fault. And I misunderstood.
Taking ownership diffuses conflict instantly. And the other person can use the classic reassurance, no worries, it happens.
It restores peace immediately. Okay, we walked through an entire day of English interactions. Now let's cement the most vital vocabulary with our word tour masterclass.
Let's break down 6 vital C1, B2 level words, providing simple explanations and examples.
Word number 1, awkward.
An uncomfortable or embarrassing social situation, like your story about waving at the wrong person.
The dictionary definition of awkward. Example, there was an awkward silence when we both reached for the same pizza slice.
Word number 2, clarify. To make something clearer.
Example, could you clarify what time the meeting starts?
Word number 3, hesitate. To pause because you are unsure.
Like, I hesitated because everything on the menu looks good. Or, don't hesitate to ask for help.
Word number 4, appropriate. Suitable for a situation.
Like, is this outfit appropriate for the event?
Yeah.
Or saying, yo, boss is not appropriate.
Word number 5, misunderstanding. When two people understand differently.
Like sitting in the wrong restaurant. Example, there was a misunderstanding about the time.
And word number 6, reassure. To help someone feel less worried.
Example, she reassured me that everything was fine. 6 incredibly powerful words.
Add them to your toolkit immediately, and as we close, we haven't forgotten our grand promise.
The bonus. Here's your bonus for staying with us to the end. The biggest secret to fluency isn't knowing more vocabulary.
It is a profound mindset shift.
Fluency is simply trusting the English you already have. Don't ask if your sentence was perfect. Ask, did the conversation keep going? Did we communicate? If yes, your English worked.
In fact, it is widely believed by communication experts that the ability to recover gracefully from a mistake is far more impressive to a native speaker than perfect grammar.
Yes. So to cement this, call to action 1, I want you to pick one keyword or one idiom we explained today, like awkward or tied up, and write it in the comment box with your own example sentence.
Also, to prove your dedication to your learning journey, type the words "I am consistent" in the comment box right now.
Call to action 3, write your feedback. Which real-life situation deals hardest for you? Small talk, phone calls. Let us know what kind of topic you want for the next video.
We want to hear from you.
Do hype if you like this video. And listen, if you want to read an amazing article about English learning, go into the description box. There I have provided a link. If you subscribe just once, you'll receive a free article in your email for free every time.
And if you enjoyed this deep dive, there are many more on my channel. Go check them out and binge watch your favorites to keep leveling up your English.
Crack open that tiny door, everyone.
Take care, everyone, and keep practicing.